Hello, everyone. My name is Jamison Gosselin, and welcome to our webinar series on how to maximize your GMB presence in these uncertain times. In this session, we're going to cover a variety of what's and whys about Google My Business. But first, let me introduce you to our smart and trusty guides here at G5. Craig Branstad, our solutions architect for senior living, and Blake Adkins, our SEO associate manager for senior living. They are going to help us walk through some of the various important features, functionality, and the latest news and information about Google My Business. We've divided this up into three snackable pieces of content. We'll start with the what's and whys, the Google My Business 101. We'll then move on to the features and functionalities of Google My Business with a little bit of a focus on the COVID-19 situation and how folks can be leveraging Google My Business during these times of uncertainty. And then our third part will focus on the latest news and information around Google My Business. So with that, let's dive right in. So Blake, one of the things that we often get from folks, especially those that are unfamiliar with Google My Business, is where do I find my Google My Business listing, and how does it pop up when potential prospects might be searching for senior living or senior living in a local market? How does that all work?
Great question. So Google My Business listings typically are going to display for any local search query. And that means someone searching within your local market. So it can be a query like senior living near me, assisted living in Bend, Oregon, or a branded search query as well. This one on the right being Forest Oaks of Spring Hill, and that is the Google My Business listing. So the most important factor of Google My Business is owning your branded real estate. GMB accounts for 27% of all local ranking factors, and this experience pretty much takes over all local SEO search experiences. As you can see here, we've got a map pack with individual Google My Business listings that are sorted based off of personalization and then by reputation. And then we've also got all of our business information that we need in terms of business name, the overall address, the phone numbers, directions, and the whole 9 yards. So I can't really hit home enough the importance of GMB and how much time and effort that Google is investing within this space and how crucial of a piece it is to your local search mix.
Great. Now, one of the things that people will often ask is, well, that's great, and that seems like just another bell and whistle on a search engine, but it's clear there are some underlying reasons why people should have an up-to-date Google My Business presence. And one of those big things seems to be that it kind of fits glove on hand for supporting SEO. Is there like a certain angle around SEO that plays with Google My Business and why people should keep their Google My Business information updated as much as possible?
Yeah, given the importance of Google My Business within local search environment specifically, it's way different than your national campaigns, your national SEO. Google My Business, being that it is 27% of the local SEO ranking factor, really hits home the importance of this specific feature that Google rolls out. And you can see a bunch of great insights within Google My Business to understand who's actually clicking on that website button, who's clicking to call, who's clicking for directions. And there's just so much that you can do within this space, and really hitting it from a reputation, a recent review standpoint, and reviews in general is really what's going to set you apart from your competition. If your reputation and your recent review sentiment is night and day ahead of your local competitors, and you're taking advantage of some of the features that your competitors might not be, you're going to have a better likelihood of outranking your local competitors within local packs and map packs for local search queries.
Well, and the other thing that I'm starting to hear more from the digital marketing side of the house folks is that Google My Business is really becoming that first place that people draw a first impression about your business. Are you finding that that's the case in some of your research?
I'm glad you brought that up. Google My Business is essentially your local homepage. So if you type in a branded search query, you're going to notice you get your traditional, paid results on top on the left, and you also get your organic results. And your G5 website will typically be in result 1 or 2 within those organic results, but the entire right side of the search engine's results page for local queries is completely dominated by Google My Business. So really owning that branded real estate is really what's going to set you apart.
That's a very good point. And, I think the other piece of it is really the mobile friendly aspect. Obviously, more and more traffic we're finding is coming in from mobile devices. And, Google My Business just seems really well optimized for mobile devices these days. And so it seems like it's a no-brainer. But I think the other piece of it is it's Google, and everyone thinks Google's taking over the world, which I don't think that's necessarily the case, but it's certainly an area that if Google's creating a special space for a specific business, it seems like you'd want to be there. So I guess the next question really is for you, Craig, really revolves around the solution. Like how should our clients or anyone working in senior living from a sales and marketing perspective be thinking about Google My Business as part of their overall digital marketing solution?
Yeah, absolutely, Jameson. Trends in traffic in general are going the way that we suspected that they would starting 3-4 years ago, and that mobile is really starting to dominate the traffic segment, be it a tablet or from a phone. So first of all, you want to make sure that one, your websites are mobile first, but then that plays into the GMB and the Google experience as well. Google is designed in some ways to be interfaced with on a mobile device. If you look at the way that they have click to call functionality or click to get direction functionality, all of those tools are indicator that Google is really paying attention to the mobile first experience that users are now accustomed to. So what that means for us is really ensuring that our listings are optimized. We have the correct address up there, the correct phone number up there, so that prospects are able to engage with us in a very easy way from their phone. Think about it in a real life term. If I'm shopping for my mom and her next move into a community, and I'm on my lunch break at work, odds are I'm on my phone. I don't have time to go to my desktop to do further research. I'm going to be on my phone researching while I'm on my break, and I want to have some click to call functionality. So those are the ways that we should be thinking about this.
Great information. And one last question, Blake. I have heard, and actually in my career as a marketing person within senior living, I found this particularly frustrating. But when a company wants to try and claim or set up a community Google My Business page, can you give a little bit of information on that process? Because I know it can be a little difficult sometimes. So could you outline how that process works?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought this one up. So claiming and verifying a Google My Business listing is a lot harder than you would think. So in order to claim and verify a listing, the community needs to be the construction needs to be finalized, the community needs to be up and running, they need to be able to receive mail at the physical address. And the most important piece is when you're setting up these Google My Business listings, you have to make sure that you use the right branded name, the right address to the actual community. You cannot use a leasing office because that's going to give you a bunch of headaches down the road when you have to send out a verification postcard to get the listing actually claimed and verified. So some of the most important aspects of creating a GMB listing when you're trying to claim and verify it is making sure that the business information is all correct and updated to match what's displayed on the website, as well as what's actually at the community level, at the property level. So once those areas are covered, you shouldn't have a problem with sending out a verification postcard, which can take anywhere from 5 to 7 business days. And then once the community receives that verification postcard, you can go into the back end of Google My Business within the dashboard and enter the code. And then once you enter the code, the listing should be verified and claimed, and then you can optimize it to your standards.
So the postcard has to go to the community for verification. It can't be sent to the corporate office for the corporate office to deal with.
That is correct, because if we initiate the business listing with, let's say, a leasing office that's 2 miles down the road, when we go to verify and claim that listing, when construction is complete and it's officially open for business, Google My Business is going to want you to send that postcard to the address that you added when you originally created the listing. And Google My Business support is a little bit smarter now, since they will go back and manually review the actual location to confirm that the address is in the right pin placement. So the address is very crucial in terms of getting a listing claimed and verified.
All right, great information, guys. So we will next be talking about our features and functionalities on GMB. So join us for that piece of content next. Thank you.